I think more companies on a JSE should do more share buybacks. But I like
Agreed.
that they actually do the buyback. We should
And how
mention
they
that
structure
they,
it and report the buybacks themselves.
yeah, like they actively buy the shares. Like, so we should mention that. So that was one of their plans that they had announced November 2023. They had said that they'd be willing to purchase 1% of the shares up to 1 year, which actually would end. It ends this month, November 2024. But they have been buying back the shares. I should show what's the latest notice. And for those, what I'd say, like, so the share buyback is like, say there's 1 million shares in the company. Oh, oops. This didn't search it. Yes, say there's 1 million shares in the company, and you can essentially, the company itself, if they have extra cash on their balance sheet that maybe they're not using to buy a company, not used to invest, they're like, hey, maybe we can invest in other companies, buy other stuff, pay our people that we owe, but we have extra money left back. Why don't we buy back our shares? And essentially they go on the market, the stock market, buy up the shares, and then the shares essentially can get cancelled. So you actually get less outstanding shares. And if you think about it, if what causes prices of stuff to move, anything, stocks, real estate, it's supply and demand. So if you're reducing the supply, which is the amount of shares that are out there, where you say the demand is the same or the demand is increasing, you can actually get a higher price. So I like that they have been buying the shares. So I'm looking here, their most recent, see they bought back. Let me pull this up to see. So you see Grace Kennedy, so they put out a notice November 15th, 2024. They have purchased 1.1 million shares of Grace under their 2023 share purchase program. So they said that they were willing to buy up to...
This is just 1 day, by the way.
Oh, yeah, nice. So they are willing to, when they had announced it initially, they said they would be willing to buy up to 1% of the shares, which was just about 10 million shares. And they've actually bought back somewhat close to that, about 6.4 million. I mean, if you even look at how much is that, 6.4 million at, say they were buying at like 75, that's about 500 million Jamaican. That's, I mean, comparing that to other buybacks, that's a pretty, I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's also a part of, like, if you just look at how, well, we should show this, like, Grace is...
So hold on. How much do they have left? And do you think they'll buy the rest at the end of the summer? I mean, the end of this month, sorry, because they've bought what, 6 point something million. They have
let's say
up to
up
9.9.
to, you know. So it really matters if
True.
they don't have to buy that amount. They say, hey, I mean, because it really just depends on how much. Yeah.
You just see a massive increase at the end of November. And then they'll be like, people will be like, Limitless, how did you guys know? It's like, well, just guess it.
But one of the things I'd like to highlight, and one of the things that I think is good to look at with a company, and I think Grace is a good example, does the management of the company actually own shares? So the CEO, the current CEO, is Don Wehby. Big him up. He has been with Grace for many, many years. Many, probably over like 20, almost 30 years or so. So you can see, I'm showing on the screen here, Don Wehby, the CEO.
Is he still the CEO?
Oh yeah. So there was a notice that they put out to the stock exchange maybe like a month ago, saying that Don Wehby had to step down because I think they said he was ill. I don't think they said what happened to... Oh yeah, so see here, October. Let's say, so Grace, this is October 4th. They announced that the group CEO, Don Wehby, temporary leave of absence to focus on his health. Starts October 9th. The group chief financial officer, Andrew Mesada, will assume the day-to-day operations of the company. But Mr. Wehby will remain involved at a strategic level. So I guess it's been about over a month.
Yeah.
And they haven't really put out
a notice.
How old is he?
I'm actually not sure. But whenever I see things like this, it never really looks good. 61.
Yeah, because if you look at it, if Google is right, this is saying he's 61.
Yeah, and then you have to step away for health reasons. and we haven't had an
It's not like the
update in.
flu.
It's
Probably not the
been
flu. It wouldn't have been out.
a month
Yeah,
and a
it's over a
half now.
month.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I do wish him all the best. But he's been CEO from 2011. Wow.
wow.
And I guess he would have been at the helm, or he is at the helm of this 2030 vision, that strategic
Mm,
positioning. I've actually been to one of Grace's. I don't know if it was some corporate outreach thing, and I heard him
mm,
speak.
mm-hmm,
It was pretty. It was a good event still. Never
mm-hmm.
got to. I should have said hi and pitched Limitless and everything, but that was I don't know. I guess I was shy, but yeah, honestly. Big up Sir Don Wehby. I mean, he's the reason you have your scholarship, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that one of us, 'cause, we, oh boy, I wish for the best. I hope it's the best, too. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't want to end on like a gloomy note. But one of the things I was saying is that I like to see when management owns shares, and if you look at it, up to September this year, Don Webby owned a significant amount of the company. He is
We
actually
love
the
to see
10th
that.
largest shareholder in his company. He
Yeah,
owns
that's
about
huge.
14, what's this, 14, call it
Million
14.6 million
units.
shares, which valued at a billion Jamaican at the current price. So he
Whew.
is in the, and I think he's actually buying. I think he's bought. Yes, so see,
Yeah,
between in the March 2024 quarter, he increased his stake by 4%. He bought about 650,000 shares. And then look at that, Andrew Mesado, the chief financial officer,
who is now
and now I
acting
guess
CEO.
acting CEO. He also owns, I mean, not as much as Don Webby, but he owns a significant stake in the company. So I like to
Yeah,
see this, like the board members, all of the board own shares. You know how much listed companies I look at? The board doesn't own shares, and I'm just like, yo, why not? And then
why not
we
buying?
mentioned Stephen Whittingham. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he's also a significant shareholder, and he was buying he bought within the March quarter. Let me see how much he up to September. Yeah, he owns, I'd say, a significant, not as much as Don Webby, but I like to say that, like, they're in the same boat as us. They actually look on the market and they're like, hey, this price is cheap. Would our plans come
Yeah.
in? Like, I'm gonna buy some. So I like to see that. So not only is the company buying, but
Mm-hmm.
the management is buying too. So I
They
like to
might do
see
the
that.
buyback as well. They might run with the program. That is it.
Yeah.